Hey, so here today I'm going to be pulling a shot on the Olympia Cremina and give you an idea of the typical workflow. I've had this machine for about 2 weeks at the time of making this video. Usually it's about 10-15 minutes from initial startup until the temperature and pressure are ready, and it runs very quiet, almost silent. I'll be pulling a light roast, single origin from Vibrant. First I'm dosing. I measured out about 15.5 grams for this particular shot, and I like to grind directly into the portafilter. I give it a little side tap to settle everything at the bottom. Hopefully this will fill in any excess voids and reduce channeling. WDT tool, stamp and a tamp. Then I like to purge the group. You can see this machine has a lot of shower pressure. Then I open this steam valve before I start, make sure there isn't a false pressure reading, which seems pretty common for the Cremina actually. Then I give everything a minute or so to settle in. The newer models are actually pretty good at self-equalizing. I think I did a 30-second pre-infusion, so on the longer side. Extraction came up pretty good. Not great, but it's a pretty light roast. So I try to keep the pressure to a minimum to maximize clarity, which tends to cost you a bit of richness and crema. Here I'm doing a little Indiana Jones swap maneuver to catch the drips. Overall, it's a really tasty shot. I tend to focus on the bright citrusy sweet notes, so this was maybe a little thin in body, but it's not super surprising given the other parameters. Then I just do a little cleanup before I sit down and have my shot. Purge the group again to clear any gunk, give it a wipe, and then I have my espresso with a little biscotti or something, and then tidy everything up after I'm done. So there you go, pulling a shot, basic walkthrough of your workflow with the Olympia Cremina. I pulled this Pink Bourbon light roast from Vibrant. I've pulled some really good shots with Vibrant. That was an okay shot. The taste was real nice. I pulled probably the best shot I've ever pulled in any machine with Vibrant's Churroso last week, but I ran out of that. Normally I like Pink Bourbons better, but the Churroso from Vibrant really was great. Say is probably my favorite coffee. It is hard to get a good extraction and dose in general. I kind of dialed everything perfect for Say with my ECP, the cheap DeLonghi machine. And the learning curve switching to this has been much harder for Say than any other coffee. Anything medium or dark, like if you're making a cappuccino or something, the extractions pull real easy. You get a nice, creamy, full body, rich shot without a lot of thinking. With the light roast, especially with Say, I'm taking notes down to 1/10 of a gram and what kind of pressure flow profile I'm doing. I am getting good tasting coffee, but I know how much better Say can taste from my experience with the pump machine. So it's the only coffee, it's my favorite coffee, it's the only one I haven't really dialed. For the most part, the Cremina, for me, every time I get a new coffee that I don't really know, I'm just making 4 shots to figure it out. I think the big learning curve for me was the 3rd day I had the Cremina. I maybe just pulled 14 shots throughout the day and finally felt like I got it figured out at the end of that day. And then since then, I have a good sense of how I'm doing it, what kind of workflow I have. Have I liked it? I think I'll say that for a different video. It's a whole conversation. It's a great machine. I'm very happy that I bought it. Probably a separate conversation. So there you go. Workflow of Olympia Cremina. And I'm just going to point out my Yosemite Sam here, because I feel like it's just floating in the background. But yeah, Vibrant, they're good. Check them out. Would you like me to talk about what I think of coffees or give recommendations? Let me know, because I'm very opinionated and I don't mind saying so. Yeah, cool. See you later.
You humpback muley.